Have you ever looked back on a moment that seemed ordinary at the time, only to realize later it was a turning point? Perhaps it was a small decision you barely noticed, making it. A kind word to someone struggling, a leap of faith on an opportunity you didn't feel ready for, or even the simple choice to keep going when life felt overwhelming. These moments, often hidden in daily life, are more than coincidences or passing events. They are silent crossroads, where the universe whispers instead of shouts, nudging you toward your highest potential. What if I told you that right now, as you're reading these words, you might be standing at another one of those crossroads? Whatever brought you here, a restless mind, a sense of stagnation, or a search for answers, was no accident. Life has a way of delivering the exact message you need precisely when you're ready to hear it. But here's the catch. Recognizing these moments as they happen is both an art and a practice. Most people miss them, letting life's subtle tests slip unnoticed. Think about it. How often have you wondered why specific patterns keep repeating in your life? Or why do challenges seem to show up just when you thought you had everything figured out? These aren't random occurrences. They're part of a more outstanding design, a quiet curriculum crafted to shape you into the person you're meant to become. The good news? You've already passed some of these hidden tests, even if you didn't realize it. And now, you're on the verge of understanding how these unseen victories can propel you into a future brimming with purpose and possibility. But this isn't just about looking back with newfound clarity. It's about learning to see these moments in real time and responding to them with intention and courage. Because once you unlock this skill, once you understand how the universe gently but persistently guides you, the way you approach life will change forever. The mundane will take on meaning, the difficult will transform into growth, and the uncertain will begin to feel like an invitation rather than a threat. So, stay with me. If you lean into this journey, you'll discover a profound truth. Life always speaks to you, guiding you toward your next evolution. The question is, are you ready to listen? Life rarely announces its lessons with fanfare. The tests that shape us the most don't come with bold warnings or dramatic music. They arrive quietly, disguised as ordinary events. These hidden tests are woven seamlessly into the fabric of your daily life. A challenging conversation with a loved one, a moment of frustration at work, or an opportunity that feels too big to handle. And yet, within these moments lies the potential for profound transformation. Many of us imagine tests as rigid, high-pressure situations, like sitting in a classroom with a stern teacher hovering over us. But the universe operates differently. It doesn't hand you a list of instructions or prepare you for what's ahead. Instead, it drops you into situations that demand something more significant than your current self. These tests aren't meant to intimidate or punish you. They're designed to awaken the courage, wisdom, and authenticity already buried within you. Think about the last time you faced an unexpected challenge. Perhaps it was a financial hardship that forced you to reevaluate your priorities. Or it was a difficult choice between staying in your comfort zone or stepping into the unknown. These moments may have felt frustrating or overwhelming at the time, but they weren't random. They were invitations to act from your highest self, to choose patience over anger, integrity over shortcuts, or faith over fear. The most remarkable aspect of these hidden tests is their subtlety. Often, you only realize their significance in hindsight. You look back and think, that was the moment I grew without even knowing it. But what if you didn't have to wait until later to see their importance? What if you could train yourself to recognize these moments as they happen, to step into them with intention rather than stumbling through them by accident? The key lies in awareness. Life always presents growth opportunities, but they're easy to miss if you're not paying attention. The seeds of transformation are planted in the small decisions, choosing to listen instead of reacting, to forgive instead of holding a grudge, or to persevere instead of giving up. Once you notice these moments, you'll find they're everywhere, quietly guiding you toward a higher version of yourself. Awareness is the bridge between living passively and living intentionally. Without it, you're like a passenger in a car, watching life go by without understanding where you're headed. But when you cultivate awareness, you take the driver's seat, steering your life with purpose and clarity. Reflection is the tool that sharpens this awareness, allowing you to see the patterns and lessons hidden in your experiences. Take a moment to reflect on a recent challenge you faced. Maybe it was a conflict that tested your patience, a setback that shook your confidence, or a choice that required you to step outside your comfort zone. How did you respond? Did you act out of fear or frustration, or rise to the occasion with grace and integrity? More importantly, what did that moment teach you about yourself? Reflection isn't just about revisiting the past, but learning from it. By examining how you handled a situation, you gain insight into your strengths and identify areas where you can grow. This practice trains your mind to recognize similar moments in the future, enabling you to respond with greater wisdom and intentionality. Consider this. No matter how small, every decision you make contributes to the person you're becoming. When you choose kindness in anger or courage in a moment of doubt, you're not just passing a test but building a foundation for future growth. These choices may not yield immediate rewards, but they plant seeds that will blossom in ways you can't yet imagine. To deepen this practice, try setting aside time each day or week to reflect. Write down your challenges, how you responded, and what you learned. Were there moments when you acted in alignment with your values? Or times when you fell short and wish you'd chosen differently? Be honest with yourself, but also be compassionate. Growth isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Over time, this reflection habit will transform how you see your life. You'll begin to notice patterns you never saw, recognize the lessons embedded in your struggles, and understand how even your mistakes have been part of your journey. And as your awareness grows, so will your ability to navigate life's hidden tests with confidence and grace. When you combine awareness with reflection, you unlock the ability to see life's lessons in real time. You stop reacting to challenges as if they're obstacles and start embracing them as opportunities. This shift in perspective allows you to move from living by chance to living by choice. And as you step into this new way of being, you'll find that life doesn't just happen to you, it happens for you. Every test, every challenge, every quiet moment of decision is a stepping stone toward the person you're meant to become. Each challenge you face, no matter how minor, carries the potential to build momentum. Think of these moments as bricks in the foundation of your growth. Even if you don't see the whole picture now, you're laying another stone toward a stronger, more resilient version of yourself whenever you respond with courage, integrity, or kindness. This momentum is initially subtle, like a small stream beginning to flow. Over time, it gathers strength, carving out a path that leads you toward profound transformation. Momentum works like compound interest for the soul. One positive choice leads to another. Soon, you're not just surviving life's challenges, but thriving in them. Imagine a moment when you kept your calm during a tense conversation. It might not seem significant, but it's a victory. That calm response strengthened your ability to manage future conflicts, making you less reactive and more composed. Over time, these small victories accumulate, creating a cascade of growth that affects every area of your life. However, momentum doesn't build itself. It requires conscious nurturing. Without intention, it's easy to fall back into old patterns or let discouragement derail your progress. That's why it's essential to recognize and celebrate your unseen victories. These moments may not come with fanfare, but acknowledging them reinforces the mindset that you're capable of growth and resilience. Write them down. Reflect on what you did well and how it moved you closer to the person you want to be. But momentum isn't just about progress. It's also about testing your resolve. As you grow, life will present new challenges to ensure you're ready for the next level. These moments might feel like setbacks, but they're opportunities to prove your strength and commitment. For instance, after choosing integrity in a difficult situation, you might face another test that tempts you to compromise. How you respond determines whether your momentum continues to build or stalls. To keep this momentum alive, focus on consistency over perfection. Growth doesn't demand flawless execution. It requires persistence. By showing up daily with intention, whether through small acts of kindness, courage in the face of fear, or taking time to reflect, You create a rhythm of progress that carries you forward even when the road gets tough. When you harness the power of momentum, you don't just navigate life's challenges. You transform them into stepping stones for something greater. This ongoing process shapes your character and the reality you create, opening doors to opportunities and experiences that once felt out of reach. There's something extraordinary about how life aligns itself when you're ready to grow. The timing of events, the people you meet, and even the words you're reading now appear just when you need them. This isn't a coincidence. It's synchronicity, the universe's way of ensuring you receive what's necessary for your evolution. The fact that you're here, engaging with these ideas, is proof that you're on the brink of something significant. Think about a time when everything seemed to fall into place. A job offer at the perfect moment, an unexpected connection that led to an opportunity, or even a piece of advice that came when you needed it most. These moments are the universe's whispers, guiding you toward your highest potential. But here's the key. Synchronicity doesn't just happen to you, but through you. Your mindset, choices, and readiness play an active role in aligning with these opportunities. This alignment begins with awareness. The more you notice the patterns and connections in your life, the more attuned you become to the flow of synchronicity. It's like tuning into a frequency. Once you've found the right station, the messages come through clearly. A chance encounter might suddenly feel like destiny. A challenge might reveal itself as a hidden gift. The world begins to feel alive with meaning, each moment carrying a subtle invitation to grow. Timing also plays a crucial role in this process. Life doesn't hand you what you want when you demand it. It delivers what you need when you're ready. Sometimes, you might feel frustrated, wondering why certain things haven't happened yet. But growth operates on its schedule. Imagine planting a seed. It doesn't sprout overnight. It takes time for the soil to nourish it, the roots to take hold, and for the sun to coax it into the light. Similarly, the universe waits for the right conditions to deliver its lessons and opportunities. The challenge is to trust this timing, even when it feels inconvenient or unclear. When you embrace the flow of life instead of resisting it, you begin to see delays not as obstacles but as preparation. An and re-earned it might have created space for one more light, which is needed in your future. A missed opportunity steered you towards something better. Synchronicity teaches you that life's mysterious plan always works in your favor. To fully harness this power, practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the small details that catch your eye. A repeated number pattern, a meaningful conversation, or a gut feeling that nudges you in a specific direction. These are the breadcrumbs of synchronicity, guiding you toward your next step. And when you notice them, take action. Synchronicity thrives on participation. When you respond to life's invitations, you strengthen your connection to the flow and open yourself to even greater possibilities. Finally, remember that synchronicity isn't just about receiving, it's about co-creating. Your choices and energy influence the opportunities that come your way. By staying open, curious, and proactive, you align yourself with the universe's rhythm, transforming chance into purpose. As you continue on this journey, you'll find that life doesn't just feel guided. It feels like a collaboration between your highest self and the forces that shape your destiny. The thrill of personal breakthroughs can be intoxicating. You feel unstoppable, like you've cracked the code to a higher level of existence. But as anyone who has walked this path knows, sustaining that growth requires intention and effort. Growth isn't a straight line. It's a series of peaks, valleys, and plateaus. The real challenge lies not in the initial leap, but in maintaining your momentum and expanding on the foundation you've built. To sustain growth, you must first embrace the plateaus. These moments of stillness are not failures. They're opportunities to stabilize and integrate what you've learned. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Each plateau offers a chance to catch your breath, admire the view, and gather strength for the next ascent. Recognizing the value of these periods prevents you from becoming disheartened when progress feels slow. They're essential for long-term transformation. Another cornerstone of sustained growth is self-awareness. Old habits have a way of creeping back in, often unnoticed. Without regular reflection, You might find yourself slipping into patterns that no longer serve you. Schedule time to check in with yourself, weekly, monthly, or whenever you feel out of alignment. Ask yourself, am I living in a way that reflects my values? Are my actions moving me closer to my goals? These simple yet powerful questions can help you recalibrate and stay on track. Your environment plays a critical role, too. Surroundings that nurture your growth act like a greenhouse for your evolution, while toxic influences can stifle your progress. Take stock of your physical, emotional, and social environment. Are the people you spend time with supportive of your journey? Is your home a space that inspires peace and clarity? Even small changes, decluttering your living space, limiting exposure to negative media, or seeking uplifting conversations, can profoundly impact your ability to sustain growth. Equally important is energy management. Burnout is a real risk when you're striving for greater heights. Balance your ambition with rest, joy, and grounding activities. Treat self-care as non-negotiable, not as an afterthought. Go for a walk in nature, meditate, engage in a creative hobby, or simply sit in stillness. These moments of replenishment are not indulgences. They're the fuel that powers your journey. Finally, permit yourself to evolve. Growth often means shedding old identities and embracing new ones, which can feel uncomfortable or even bittersweet. You might outgrow certain relationships, roles, or beliefs, but this isn't a loss. It's a natural part of transformation. Each layer you release makes room for something more aligned with your highest self. You create a system that supports your continued ascent by cultivating these habits and mindsets. Growth becomes less of a fleeting high and more of a steady, sustainable way of living. As you maintain your momentum, you'll discover that the peaks become higher, the valleys shorter, and the plateaus more meaningful. Mastery isn't about perfection. It's about grace under pressure, consistency in the face of chaos, and the ability to see every moment, good or bad, as an opportunity for growth. It's not something you achieve and then check off a list. It's a way of being cultivated one day at a time. At its core, mastery is the ability to respond to life rather than react to it. In reaction mode, you're at the mercy of circumstances, allowing external events to dictate your thoughts and emotions. Mastery flips that dynamic. It empowers you to pause, assess, and choose your response, transforming chaos into clarity and challenges into stepping stones. This doesn't mean you won't face difficulties. It means you'll navigate them with purpose and poise. One of the hallmarks of mastery is emotional resilience. Life will continue to test you, sometimes in ways that feel overwhelming. But when you've built a foundation of inner strength, those tests no longer derail you. Instead, they become opportunities to reaffirm your growth. For example, a heated argument might once have left you stewing in anger, but now it becomes a chance to practice empathy and communication. A financial setback might once have felt like a disaster, but now it's a prompt to reassess your priorities and resourcefulness. Another aspect of mastery is alignment. The more aligned you are with your values and purpose, the less friction you'll feel in your daily life. Decisions become more apparent, and actions feel more meaningful. This alignment creates a sense of flow, where even mundane tasks carry a sense of purpose. You start to see how every experience, no matter how small, contributes to your more remarkable journey. To live with mastery, consistency is key. The practices that got you here, reflection, intention setting, mindfulness, must remain part of your daily life. Think of them as tune-ups for your soul. Just as you wouldn't drive a car without regular maintenance, you can't navigate life's challenges without tending to your inner world. These rituals don't have to be elaborate. Even 5 minutes of meditation, a journal entry, or a moment of gratitude can keep you anchored. Living with mastery also means being a beacon for others. Your steady energy, humility, and willingness to grow naturally inspire those around you. You don't have to preach or push. Your actions speak louder than words. By embodying mastery principles, you become a living example of what's possible, encouraging others to embark on their growth journeys. Finally, celebrate your progress. Mastery isn't a finish line. It's a continuous evolution. Take time to acknowledge how far you've come, not with arrogance, but with gratitude. Every test you've passed, every habit you've cultivated, and every lesson you've learned has brought you to this moment. And this moment, like all others, is both a culmination and a beginning. Mastery transforms the way you experience life. It turns obstacles into opportunities, routines into rituals, and fleeting moments into lasting growth. By living with this mindset, you're not just surviving. You're creating a life of depth, purpose, and meaning. And as you continue to evolve, you'll find that the journey becomes the reward. Growth is never an isolated event. Every step you take toward becoming your best self creates ripples that extend far beyond you, touching the lives of those around you in ways you may never fully see. When you choose courage over fear, authenticity over pretense, or kindness over indifference, you set an example that others quietly notice. Whether they acknowledge it or not, your growth can also transform them. Think about the people who have inspired you. Maybe it was a mentor who believed in you when you doubted yourself, a friend who showed unwavering kindness during a difficult time, or even a stranger whose resilience left a lasting impression. These individuals likely didn't realize their full impact on you, yet their actions created a ripple effect that shaped your path. Now, you're in a position to do the same for others. The ripple effect isn't always grand or obvious. It might be a small encouragement that helps someone face their fears, or it might be your calm presence during a stressful situation that reminds others of the power of patience. Even when you're simply living in alignment with your values, your energy influences those around you, encouraging them to rise to their potential. This interconnectedness highlights the importance of staying committed to your growth for your own sake and the collective good. As you elevate yourself, you create a higher frequency that others naturally attune to. Your unseen victories, those quiet moments when you chose integrity or resilience, become seeds of inspiration for someone else's journey. You might never know the full extent of your impact, but that's the beauty of it. The universe uses you as a channel to uplift others, creating a chain of growth that extends far and wide. To amplify this ripple effect, practice intentionality in your interactions. Be present, listen deeply, offer support without judgment. These small, mindful acts may seem insignificant, but they can transform relationships, communities, and environments. And as you give, you'll often find that the energy you pour into others returns to you, creating a cycle of mutual upliftment. By embracing this role as both a creator and a conduit of growth, you move beyond personal transformation into collective evolution. The ripple effect is how your inner work becomes a gift to the world, a legacy of positive change that extends far beyond your lifetime. Life's journey is rarely linear. It twists and turns, presenting unexpected detours, delays, and challenges that can leave you questioning your path. But behind every curve lies a bigger picture that may not be immediately clear, but is always working in your favor. Trusting this process is one of the most profound growth lessons, requiring faith in yourself, life, and the universe's timing. Faith doesn't mean passively waiting for things to fall into place. It's an active practice of surrendering control over the things you cannot change while fully owning your choices. It's understanding that even setbacks serve a purpose, shaping you in ways success alone never could. When you trust the process, you stop resisting life's flow and start embracing it, even when it takes you places you didn't plan to go. Consider the times when something that felt like a loss turned out. A missed opportunity led you to something even better, or a problematic relationship taught you resilience and self-worth. These moments remind us that the universe often operates on a timeline beyond our understanding, orchestrating events with wisdom far exceeding our immediate perspective. To cultivate trust in the process, practice patience and perspective. When things are unexpected, pause and ask yourself, what could this teach me? How might this challenge be shaping me for something greater? This shift in mindset transforms frustration into curiosity and fear into faith. Another way to deepen this trust is to connect with your inner knowing. Amid life's chaos, your intuition is a quiet compass guiding you toward what feels right. By listening to this inner voice and aligning your actions with its wisdom, you build trust with yourself. This self-trust becomes the foundation for trusting the greater flow of life. Ultimately, trusting the bigger picture requires humility, a willingness to accept that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. It's a practice of releasing the need for certainty and embracing the beauty of the unknown. Because when you let go, you make space for the unexpected gifts that life is waiting to offer you. As your growth journey unfolds, you realize you're not just a participant in life, you're an architect. Each choice you make, each intention you set, shapes the blueprint of your existence. As you design your life with purpose and clarity, you begin to create a legacy that extends beyond the boundaries of your time. Living a legacy isn't about monumental achievements or public recognition. It's about the quiet yet powerful ways you influence the world around you. It's in the kindness you show to a stranger, the wisdom you pass down to your children, or the courage you embody in the face of adversity. These seemingly small acts form the threads of a tapestry that tells the story of who you are and what you stand for. To live a legacy, start by defining your values. What matters most to you? What principles guide your decisions? When your actions align with these values, you create a life of authenticity and purpose, a life that feels meaningful to you and impactful to others. Next, consider the ripple effect of your daily choices. How you treat people, navigate challenges, and contribute to your community leaves an imprint. By acting with intention and integrity, you ensure that your legacy reflects the highest version of yourself. Living a legacy also involves embracing your role as a creator. You have the power of your destiny and the narratives of those around you. You invite others to do the same when you show up with courage, kindness, and authenticity. Your growth becomes a beacon, guiding others toward their potential. Finally, remember that your legacy isn't a fixed destination. It's an ongoing journey. Every day offers an opportunity to refine the story you're writing. Whether through acts of love, moments of resilience, or simple gestures of gratitude, you contribute to a legacy that speaks to the beauty of your humanity. Ultimately, living a legacy is about leaving the world a little brighter than you found it. It's about knowing that your life has meaning beyond measure, with all its struggles and triumphs. And as you walk this path, you'll find that the greatest reward isn't in the legacy you leave behind. It's in the life you live today, fully present, fully alive, and fully aligned with the highest version of yourself.